Hey guys, I'm your friend Billy, and you're watching Geeks with Issues.
Cause there's a geek in your face and the geek's got issues. Geeks.
Hey, true believers, welcome back to another episode of Geeks with Issues 20XX, brought to you from the new basement of dreams at the Northern Berkshire Community Television Studios in North Adams, Massachusetts. We've got a lot of geekdom to discuss now that you're back from traveling back in time to the Connecticut Renaissance Fair. But before we get into our topics, allow me to introduce to you your geeks. To my extreme right and your extreme left, the 8-bit adventurer himself, Sean.
Greetings.
To the center, our lead technologist, Ogre.
Hello, hello.
And I, your friendly neighborhood Geekmaster, Tuck. So let's dive right in at the beginning, which is where Sean wants to discuss all RPGs should start.
Yeah, so this is a topic known as Session 0, where the idea is you all get together to discuss like what you're going to play, making characters, but also like getting a feel for what everyone's sensibilities are, what you want the sensibilities of the game to be. I guess I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on are you yay or nay on this? Because one of the arguments I have seen against having a Session 0 is my time is limited, and if we're all going to get together, I would rather play than sit around and talk about the game than just play it.
No. Okay, so I am a huge proponent of collaborative character construction. Partially because you get a better feel for what the party's strengths and weaknesses are going to be, and you get to build the character you want that plays into the strengths and weaknesses, depending on how you want to play that character.
Yeah.
There's also and one of the reasons I believe that collaborative character creation is so important is because when I was much younger, I resembled this remark. You go home and you create a character that not only doesn't fit the story that's being told, but doesn't fit the parameters that your game master laid out ahead of time.
Yeah.
So you now have to either completely rebuild the character or talk your game master into letting you have a character somewhere else along the pathway than you should be.
Yep.
I'd say additionally, it makes perfect sense for there to be that process of everybody getting a feel for the story that's going to be told, how the story is going to be told, what boundaries people have.
Yes.
Because it used to be that the game master would just make decisions.
Yeah.
And if it went into someone's ick place, oh well.
Yeah, this is so I threw out that argument as just a counterpoint to play devil's advocate or whatever. I'm fully on board with Session 0. That's a great time to introduce like safety tools like that. Another thing is, if you're going to have any like weird mechanics, you want to make sure that everybody's on board with, if it's a new one, of using that mechanic.
Right, house rules.
Or even if it's just if you're doing like a new campaign, like if it's an official mechanic of like a specific campaign setting. But I'm also on board with the idea if you're transitioning to like a new story arc, like within a campaign, maybe like taking a session in between the action to just get a recap of how everybody's doing. Like if you're going to introduce new mechanics or pivot systems or anything like that.
Ogre, while there's a minute, I want to make sure you get the opportunity to get in there.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So you honestly, everything that I thought of, y'all mentioned. I personally like to poke the GM to see how far they'll let me go, smashing things before they summon an elder god on me during that session. Just because it's always fun to poke the GM every now and then. There, one thing that I did get to experience over the holiday season is my sister started a new campaign in a completely different system, a different RPG. She started the One Ring tabletop role-playing game.
Very
Okay.
nice.
And that is wildly different
Yes.
from D&D. And she needed to, so it was kind of a -1 session because she had to figure out how, travel worked, how the combat worked, because it's very different. And we got to play that, a few sessions of that just to kind of flesh out all of that. And that, as Tuck was saying, the collaborative nature of learning is a huge part of session 0 or -1 if you want to get really meta in that. Yeah.
And as a final thought, if you're worried about the time investment to do it, you don't necessarily have to devote an entire game session worth for session 0. It could be part of a game session, or you could extend it out to say, like, tonight we'll be doing characters, and then maybe play a little bit to get a feel for stuff, and then the next time be like, all right, now we're going to do safety tools.
Right.
But conversations you should probably be having.
So, referencing in The Lord of the Rings is the attempt at a segue I'm going to use to position us to Ogre's topic about fandoms that you fell in love with when you were younger, that you came back to when you were older.
Well, speaking of Lord of the Rings, that was the thing that I kind of fell off of. So what is a fandom you stepped away from only to find a renewed passion years later? I actually and there's an apt prop in the middle of the table at the end of the Hobbit movies. I was just overwhelmed by so much Lord of the Rings. I was just like, okay, too many things here. They're not a qualitative thing to the Hobbit or anything like that, but I definitely fell off, and it was the previously mentioned session of the One Ring that kind of was like, oh, I remember this. This is amazing. This map is giant. This is amazing. Like, the lore is so deep. And so I got tiny editions of the Lord of the oh hello. What are you gonna put in my tiny editions of The Hobbit and the entire lore, and I've just been reading through them again, relearning the world, and it's been absolutely a delight. Because it's a massive undertaking, but it's worth however many times you want to undertake it.
Sean.
So, for me, it's a little interesting in that there's a lot that I didn't necessarily like fall out of, but just more like took a renewed interest in. And they can all be pretty much pointed to one of 3 things, where it's my kids, Lorcana,
Yep.
or Universes Beyond.
Okay.
So the latest one I think is going to be Ninja Turtles.
Fair enough.
But there's been quite a few, particularly from Lorcana, of like Disney princesses. Because it's like not necessarily a thing of just like that I wasn't a fan of it. Because like, I mean, I still go to Disney World on a roughly regular basis and everything. But it's just like a specific interest in, I guess, like a lot of the classic Disney movies that feature princesses because of Lorcana. Or Disney Afternoon in particular. It's like, I hadn't thought about gargoyles in years. And then, Gargoyles shows up in Whispers of the Well, and it's like, okay, I should go back and rewatch the entire series.
Nice.
Which I haven't done yet, but It's on my list to do.
Nice.
Because it was like one of those things where it was on, and it was like, oh, this is cool, because like it's quite different than what the rest of the Disney Afternoon block was.
Right.
But like I didn't like judiciously follow it. But now it's like a renewed interest in like, oh, it came back. People care about it. So I'm going to go back and watch it. And as we've discussed elsewhere, it's like a TNG
right.
meetup.
It's absolutely a holodeck program.
Yeah.
It's on Captain Picard's day off, but it's absolutely a next generation holodeck program. I would have to say that for me, I've been having what I've been jokingly calling a Toonami revival. I, a while ago, picked up a free-to-play Gundam game.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being really good, which is rare in the free-to-play market, so that was notable. But it occurred to me as I was playing and going through the Gundam Wing section on it that I'd never made it past episode 6 of Gundam Wing. It just never happened.
Yeah.
Like it was on repeat on Toonami, or then I'd watch it. You know, I downloaded it in the early Black Flag days in college, but never ended up watching it. So I finally got myself a Crunchyroll account and sat down and watched all the way through it. And it's delightful how they sort of played off of Gundam's two favorite topics. War is bad and children at war is worse.
Yeah.
In an interesting and unique sort of way. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to having some time to be able to watch a movie and watch Endless Waltz, which
so good.
And television watching and movie watching is funny because I've got that weird problem with my brain where I go, I don't have time to watch a movie. Let me watch 5 half-hour TV shows.
Yeah. I guess as one final thought that I'm sure would be applicable for any of us is X-Men.
Yes.
Given the renewed interest
yeah.
of X-Men in the MCU and X-Men 97.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now it's time for us to take a renewed journey from the basement. On this episode, we're going back to truly independent wrestling to learn about the Berkshire County geekdom of Berkshire Champion, Landon Kross.
There's something in the water here in Berkshire County. For a small corner of Mass, we produce an unreal number of geeks. Comic book collectors, tabletop tacticians, cosplay masterminds, retro gamers, and professional wrestlers. The kind of people who don't just like something, they live it. Today, I'm heading to TIW to catch up with homegrown talent Landon Kross, a guy who spent 7 years grinding in the wrestling business, chasing the Berkshire Championship. When he's not in the ring, he's building spreadsheets of professional wrestling stats like he's running his own personal Hall of Fame database. Because around here, being a geek isn't one thing, it's passion. It's commitment, it's finding your lane, whether that's behind a controller, behind a camera, or inside the ropes. Let's go see Landon take what's his.
Introducing first, the Berkshire County from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 215 pounds. And introducing his opponent, he is the TIW Champion,
viewers, we are here with, of course, brand new Berkshire Champion, Landon Kross. Landon, thanks for being with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Tell me about the match, man. How you feeling?
Oh my God, what a shock! When I heard him say yes to tap out, I was like, what? What? And then next thing you know, I was holding the title, and we brought the Berkshire title back home.
Lifelong dream, man. So you're a Berkshire County boy.
Absolutely.
So are you going to be taking this on the road and showing everybody how we do it in the Berkshires?
Absolutely. We're going to show why Berkshire County is the best county in all of Massachusetts and all of Northeast. So taking it all around here.
Excellent, man. So my last question that I have for everybody is: are you a geek?
My geek. Yes.
What's your geek thing? What are you into, man?
Oh, just pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling.
I've been for the last 2014. I started watching, and I'm a stats guy.
Yeah.
So I have tons of spreadsheets on WWE, AEW, TNA, truly independent wrestling. I've been in it for the long haul. I've worked here since I was 15. So I've been with the company for 7 years, been a fan for 9. So, I've been here for a long time. I remember when this title first debuted, so.
Well, we appreciate you putting in the work, man, and we're definitely going to be following your story here. Thanks for joining us, Chad.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Geeks.
7 years, countless matches, endless miles, and somewhere between suplexes and spreadsheets, Landon Kross proves something important. Being a geek isn't about what you love, it's about how deeply you love it. In Berkshire County, we've got people who channel that passion into film, art, gaming, music, and into championship gold inside a wrestling ring. Different arenas, same heart. From the basement, I'm Trevor, and this is what happens when geeks bet on themselves. We'll see you next time, guys.
So, Geeks, we've been seeing a lot of TIW stuff because Trevor's been super inspired by that particular element of his geekdom. I wanted to get your reaction to a concept that our fine director is in the midst of developing. In association with TIW, a bi-weekly, hour-long local wrestling program in the vein of like 80s and 90s WWF Saturday morning programming.
Okay.
You watch it? Heck yeah.
I,
Oh yeah.
being the guy
Tune in,
who is involved with the television station that it's going to be on, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great. Yeah.
Because there
It's
is not
wonderful.
enough of that sort of content on local TV.
No, there isn't.
So that's going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be amazing. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, so complete topic shift.
Yeah.
This one is a little bit of a self-serving curiosity thing to ask the other geeks, because I recently invested in a 3D printer, and I'm having that so many things.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I've gone. My first couple prints have been gift for my wife, a couple statues, and some stands for my office monitors, which tells you that I'm going to be about as ADHD in what I print as I am in my geek interests. So I was curious what you guys, given unlimited filament, might create with a 3D printer, or what you would use with this technology raised to another level. Like, if you could 3D print something that we can't 3D print now, what would it be?
So I think it's a little bit of a out of left field here, but because my family's business has been prosthetics.
Oh, very nice.
I've been pretty impressed with a lot of the 3D printed like prosthetics that people have been able to come up with. I don't know necessarily if they are professional grade quality because there's a lot of like resins and metal work that has to go into like a proper prosthetic.
Right.
But I mean, you know, it could certainly be a cheaper alternative, particularly if insurance isn't going to cover it. But as far as like if we're just going fantastical, completely off the wall, I mean, I think the correct answer has to be a mobile Gundam power suit. Right?
See, I just exactly in the vein of the woman that I found on TikTok, whose name completely escapes me, who has decided to print a life-sized Primaire Space Marine.
Okay, yeah.
Like, and all of her stuff is just like in the room with this monstrous figure looming over her. So, yes, Gundam suit is a logical choice.
Or Terran Space Marine.
Oh, very nice.
Like StarCraft-esque. Not Warhammer-esque.
Right.
Yeah. Well, all after we print a Space Marine, after we print, you know, Iron Man and all of those, my primary focus would probably be repairing things and building things for around the house. Just like repairing, say the bumper comes off of your car, repairing the clip that's in there, going in, modeling that, printing new coat hangers, printing just that autonomy to be able to make something as opposed to have to purchase it. I feel is one way to go on that one. But a Space Marine suit would definitely be. I'll do that while I'm, you know, making coat hangers. Yeah.
So my answer, even though I'm having a load of fun being able to print stuff that I can print, I'm looking forward to a Star Trek future. And the thing that cannot be printed currently that I would love to see be printed is food.
That was going to be my first answer, but I was like, that's a little too cheeky, is to just be like, well, I mean, I would if we're going full replicator,
right?
It would just be food,
right? Let's cure world hunger while we're printing stuff.
Yeah,
I completely on board.
The problem is we all know what the material that goes into the replicators is.
We do, and
it's not filament.
It's not. I mean, there's a resemblance, but it's not filament. It's
Blizzard Entertainment's favorite material.
On that amazing note, we have come to the end of this episode of Geeks with Issues 20XX. We would like to thank you for joining us. We want to remind you that we are available online. You can find us on most of your local social media platforms. Just search for Geeks with Issues TV. You can also find us on our website, which we are working on buffing out a little bit. That is www.geekswithissues.net. So until the next episode, this has been
Jean,
Ogre,
and Tuck, reminding you to geek on, geek out, and geek anywhere. Just clean up after yourself. We'll see you next time on Geeks with Issues 20XX. Goodbye, everybody.
You gotta blow on it. You gotta blow on it. I used to think anything was possible. I thought that I could be a king or Caesar. But I don't need all of that gold or silver. That's how I know that I'm a true believer. Some people wanna climb the corporate ladder. TBS reports, politics and schemes. Thanks to my chainsaw, my cubicle is firewood. Now I'm living in a basement of dreams.